Where's the outrage for the Americans? Where's the outrage for our American children? Here we have ICE on the street doing their federally obligated duty, and you see Marie in the back talking about, oh my God, why are you racist? Why are you taking him? You take him as a family, your family. What about my family? What about my family? You came in here in droves. You walked in my house and tried to rearrange it. I'm supposed to adapt to you? Absolutely not. My daughter got in the car yesterday and said, Mom, I was able to breathe in the corridors at school. My children didn't even get to experience the type of high school that I had, where we had 2 15-minute breaks and a 55-minute lunch, and we were able to go off campus. Theirs is 20 minutes because they have an influx of students they're trying to feed. Get them in, get them out, quick. I dropped off my son in the drop-off line today, and it was 8 cars as opposed to 85. You know how much stress that is for these children, all these people? Get out. And I remember last year, my son was a senior. He said, Mom, in math class, we couldn't even learn math because the teachers would spend half of the period trying to teach Edgar how to say hello. When you have such an influx of people coming into one country, there's going to be hiccups. So yeah, ICE might pick up illegal by accident. You better carry your papers. Thanking Democrats for keeping the border open. Thank you for these illegals who try to come in here and do this shit the shiesty way. That's what happens when you do shit the wrong way. I have no sympathy or empathy for you. Not at all. If it was that easy to become a U.S. citizen, everybody would do it, but it's not. Welcome to life.
Ladies, spot on. And for the life of me, I don't understand why there are so many Americans caping for illegal immigrants, not understanding that these people come over here, they don't assimilate, and they don't add a lot of value. They don't. They take, especially when you think about what has happened over the previous 4 years. I mean, our schools are flooded. You know, they're taking jobs from American people. You name it. You name it. It's happening. And I'm glad to see people like her and so many others are fed up and they're calling it out. I'm glad to see it. For the life of me, I don't understand why people are fighting for people that want to take their place. Makes absolutely no sense to me. But hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel.
You know, one thing that I find interesting about the immigration issue in America? Anybody who doesn't support Donald Trump, therefore not supporting mass deportations, immediately points to ICE agents being overly brutal. And I think these people have a valid argument until you factor in that this empathy is not evenly distributed across other issues. For example, if there was a white American that committed a crime that was resisting arrest, and then police officers had to be overly physical with that person in order to arrest them, no one reposts those videos, no one has any outrage, nothing. And even if a video like this did go viral and get some support from leftists, nobody would be trying to argue that the crimes that person committed should be legal. But that's literally what a lot of leftists are saying. They're not just saying that ICE agents are brutal, but they're also saying that anybody that's coming to this country illegally should be able to stay. And it's actually so funny to me how a lot of liberals are trying to act like they care so much about illegal immigrants all of a sudden. But in reality, we all know that they don't care about illegal immigrants. They just want something to point to say Trump did wrong. But I'm still trying to figure out what the solution is from leftists as far as how to remove the millions of people that have come into our country illegally. If you ask me, I think that there's really no other way other than being brutal. Like, yeah, if you have to physically remove people from a landmass, it's probably going to be a little bit dirty. Like, that's kind of just how it has to be.
Yeah, makes complete sense. Yeah, if they actually have to physically remove you, yeah, it's going to get, it could potentially get a little violent. It just could. The thing is that the president has offered a way for people to just self-deport, and they're willing to give you some money on the way out the door. But you have people that don't want to do it. And then you have politicians out there, you know, advocating, you know, to the military, telling them, hey, y'all don't have to follow these orders. When you have politicians teaching illegal or undocumented people, hey, this is how you can skirt the system. This is how you can bypass. This is how you can avoid, you know, the ICE agent, so forth and so on. This is how you can resist. I mean, we have treasonous individuals in our Congress, you know, treasonous individuals that have been elected to Congress. These people are not net positives. But what we have to understand, especially when it comes to the Democrat Party, their goal at this point isn't to take care of or to help maintain the American lifestyle. That's not what this is about. They have an agenda that they have to push, and they are pushing it. They want to fundamentally change our nation from the inside out. And they also want to amass power, and they understand in order for them to amass power, they have to have the people that they've allowed to come over here undocumented, illegally. They want these people to have the ability to vote. That's why they've passed either no voter laws, or in some places, like up in New York City, where you don't have to be a citizen to vote. This is a power play, and they want to change our nation fundamentally. What they don't understand is that they're actually ushering in their own demise. And I don't think they actually understand it. The system isn't broken, it's rigged. And if you're drowning in credit card, personal loans, collections, or medical debt, that's by design. Big banks profit when you're desperate. Creditors win when you lose, but you don't have to play their game. I know what it's like to face a mountain of debt. And that's why I can tell you PDS debt is the kind of help I wish I had back in the day. They've already helped hundreds of thousands break free from credit cards, personal loans, collections, and medical bills. Here's the best part. There's no minimum credit score. They take the time to understand your unique situation and build a plan just for you. That means saving more, paying off faster, and finally putting money back where it belongs, which is in your pocket. This isn't some fly-by-night operation. PDS debt is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau with thousands of 5-star reviews on Google and Trustpilot. That's real people finding real freedom. You're 30 seconds away from being debt free. Get your free assessment right now at pdsdebt.com/wise. That's pdsdebt.com/wise. Take back control today.
So this is why I am against illegal immigration. It has nothing to do with the fact that it is obviously illegal, but it is because it is not fair. Illegal immigration, in my opinion, is like somebody cutting in line in front of somebody else. You have other people who are going through the process the right way. It is unfair, in my opinion, and selfish for somebody else to come across the border and expect to be made an American citizen in front of somebody else who's doing it the right way. I don't care what excuse you give, but it is not okay, in my opinion, to do that. That's why I am against illegal immigration. It has nothing to do with the fact that it is obviously illegal. It has to do with the fact that I think people who do this are selfish. Because I have seen some arguments in defense of this. Some of them are so ridiculous, like nobody is illegal on stolen land. Somebody else even said, why do you deserve to be in America and I don't? I'll tell you why I deserve to be in America and you don't, because I was born in America. My parents, grandparents, all the different generations in my family were born in America going back 200 years. That's why I deserve to be an American citizen and you do not. In terms of illegal immigration, it is not fair for you to come across the border and cut in line in front of somebody else who's doing it the right way. I don't care how nice you are, how well-intentioned you are, how hardworking you are. If you do something like that, that is nothing but selfishness. It does not matter to me if you do not have the means to come to America the right way. That is your problem. That is not something that the United States of America is forced to rectify. The United States of America is only obligated to take care of its legal citizens, not the citizens all over the world who are so distressed living in their own countries. If you have a problem with your own country, that's something that you need to work out with your own country.
Yeah, she's absolutely right. I can't refute or disagree with anything that this young lady said. I just can't. I can't. I want to hear from you guys if you have a complaint, concern, or if you disagree. Let me hear from you guys in the comment section.
Get it left. I don't get it, Dems. You gotta explain it to me. Why is her citizenship less valuable than the Trinidad Wago gang? Why are we not more happy and more supportive of people like that who are trying to do things the right way, who have waited, who have went through the system, who have sacrificed in order to be a part of this great country? And instead of us putting the focus on that and trying to fix those issues and streamline those issues, for 4 years we let any and everybody come up into this country, all kind of gang connections, all kind of gang violence. We let them just decimate and do all kind of crazy things to our nation, and those people like that are just sitting on the sideline. And even now with all this, their stuff is getting even more bogged down because all the illegals you guys are encouraging to come in. I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. But Chip Roy mentioned something. He's put up a bill to basically stop illegal and legal immigration just for a brief second so we can get things under control. And to be honest with you, at this point, I'm actually with the idea.
Yeah, so the legislation that I filed today with a significant number of co-sponsors in the House would pause, yes, and that's the name of the bill, the acronym is PAUSE, P-A-U-S-E. It would pause immigration with the exception of short-term tourist visas, so people can still come visit the country, while we fix the broken legal immigration system, as well as some of the magnets for illegal immigration.
It sounds pretty radical. I'm sure people will see that and they will go slap off and say, oh man, it's racist and this, that, and the third. But we have a major issue in our country right now. We have a major issue. We have a large swath of people that are citizens in our country that are caping for people that shouldn't be here. They're willing to give up the resources. They're willing to, share schools and communities with these people, even though they don't want to speak the language. They don't want to assimilate. And to be honest with you, I think they're being told, by the powers that be, not to assimilate, not to learn the language. It's okay that you live in your own cultures and you guys can take over, entire cities and towns and things of that nature. It's okay. I want Americans to wake up and understand that, hey, the competition is here. These people aren't coming here to assimilate, to coexist. Nah, they're coming in to take over, compete, and dominate. And you have a lot of people out there that think that, oh, this is a net positive. It can't be worse than what it was, when, the perceived, quote unquote, white man and white supremacy is running things. This other situation, it has to be better. It has to be. But people need to understand that you have more in common, you know what I'm saying, with an actual, born and raised American than any individual that's going to come over here illegally or legally from another nation. You're going to do one or two things. Either you're going to lay down and let these people take over your country, or you're going to stand up and fight for the nation, the only nation that you have. And again, this battle isn't about us. It's not about those of us that have gray in our hair and our hair have gone bald. It's about our children. What type of nation do you plan to leave to your children, to your grandchildren? That's what this is about. People need to wake the heck up. But I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family, or you can buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. And as always, keep God first, stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
Vibes so